Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Julius Caesar and today we get to hear from Casca in Act 1, Scene 3. Isn't that exciting? We're in Act 1, Scene 3. Quick little recap of things going on. Caesar came back from the wars against Pompey, which he won, and there were all these celebrations, and they tried 3 times to give him a crown, and 3 times he refused it, and then he was like, "Come at me, bro," and he passed out, which was not very kingly. And Cassius specifically doesn't think that Caesar is very kingly for many reasons, and has been talking up Brutus so that they can get to some nefarious dealings, maybe a little bit later on. Maybe something bad might happen to Julius Caesar, you think? Maybe? Anyway, so yeah, all of that's going on. And at the end of yesterday's scene, Cassius decided that he needed to sort of up the stakes with Brutus a little bit. So he's writing a bunch of letters in different people's handwriting that he's going to leave for Brutus to find, so that Brutus believes that the people are behind him instead of being behind Caesar. So now we're in Act 1, Scene 3, which is, I guess, later that night, and Casca is walking around and he has his sword drawn, and there's this lightning and this thunder and this crazy, crazy storm, and then Cicero comes walking by, and or you could have them enter from opposite sides of the stage at the same time. However you want to time that, that's fine. But point being, they're not coming from the same place. They run into each other on the street, and Casca's like all freaked out, and Cicero's like, "I'm singing in the rain." And Cicero's like, "So Casca, like, why are you so like on edge right now?" And Casca's like, "Is this storm not freaking you out?" And Cicero's like, "Isn't it gorgeous?" And Casca says, "A common slave, you know him well by sight, held up his left hand, which did flame and burn like 20 torches joined, and yet his hand, not sensible of fire, remained unscorched. Besides, I had not since put up my sword. Against the Capitol, I met a lion who glazed upon me and went surly by without annoying me. And there were drawn upon a heap 100 ghastly women, transformed with their fear, who swore they saw men, all in fire, walk up and down the streets. And yesterday the bird of night did sit, even at noonday, upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking. When these prodigies do so conjointly meet, let men not say, 'These are their reasons, they are natural,' for I believe they are portentous things unto the climate that they point upon." So Casca's saying he's seen some weird stuff happening lately. He saw a man's hand on fire that didn't actually get burned. He ran into a lion on the street that paid him no heed. He saw a bunch of women who swore that they saw a bunch of men who were completely on fire walking up and down the streets, and he's seen nocturnal birds in the middle of the day. So he thinks that these are all harbingers of doom, that something bad is coming. So that's sort of why he's freaked out by this storm. He thinks that this is yet another sign that bad things are to come. And Cicero very wisely responds that people read into signs what they expect to get out of signs. Yeah, and or that people find signs where they may not have otherwise seen them just because of stuff that's going on. You know, like that thing when somebody introduces you to a new word and suddenly that word is everywhere? It's similar to that. If you are looking for the bad in the world, you will find the bad in the world, is Cicero's point. And Casca's like, "Yeah, whatever." And Cicero's like, "Well, yeah, get inside. This is kind of an icky storm. Bye-bye." And they part ways. And then tomorrow, Casca and Cassius happen to run into each other on the street, and we will get to hear a little bit more from Act 1, Scene 3 to see how these nefarious plots are developing. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.